FIFA president Sepp Blatter has resigned his position. Less than a week after 14 members of FIFA were indicted on corruption charges, 7 people were arrested, and Sepp Blatter was re-elected for a 5th term. Now Sepp Blatter has stepped down. Reading from a prepared statement, Blatter said FIFA needs deep restructuring. That is why I'm going to put my presidency to a special elective Congress to succeed me. We believe there will not be a decision or election of a new president for at least 4 months. Again, recapping, Sepp Blatter has resigned as the president of FIFA. Senior soccer writer Grant Wahl joins me now from Maryland. Grant, what's your reaction to Blatter stepping down?
Well, it's truly an extraordinary day, a historic day in sports. Sepp Blatter is the most powerful person in sports, in my opinion, and he's been in charge of FIFA since 1998, was just reelected on Friday, and now he's out. And that never would have come from the inside. It only could have come from the U.S. Department of Justice investigation, the arrests that were made last week, and the indication that there are many more to come. Who knows where it might lead to?
Grant, this is a complete 180 from what Sepp Blatter was saying just days ago. What reasons do you believe are responsible for Blatter stepping down?
Well, the money trail was getting closer to Blatter. And, we saw yesterday the news came out, the New York Times reporting that Jerome Valk, the number 2 of Blatter, his handpicked guy at FIFA, had actually approved a $10 million transfer from FIFA or from South Africa through FIFA to the CONCACAF leaders who, been very dirty over the years in return for them voting for the 2010 World Cup in South Africa. Clearly, that enough, and the arrest enough, should have been enough to topple Blatter, but the way FIFA works, not necessarily the case. We don't know where this may still go and whether news might come out, perhaps including Blatter.
Blatter has said a special Congress will elect a president to succeed him. What can you tell us about this process and who could be the next president of FIFA?
Well, there's a lot to be decided. I think one thing to keep in mind is that the 209 national soccer associations around the world, these are the same folks that voted Sepp Blatter in last week as president. So you have to question their judgment and whether they're capable of doing what it takes to reform FIFA. Blatter making a lot of promises right now about how he's going to try and convince everyone to adopt the changes, the structural governance changes that FIFA needs, like term limits, like background checks from the FIFA level on everybody who becomes a leader in the organization, and take more power from these shady confederations, the regional governments.
Yeah, Blatter said FIFA needs profound restructuring. Are those the types of things that he's talking about, and what can we expect the short-term future of the organization to look like?
It's a great question, because it's going to be several months before this special Congress takes place to elect a new president, and Blatter is saying that he wants to remain in charge until then. And so I think the question I have is whether he actually will, whether there might be a force that causes him to leave sooner rather than later. There's a lot of reformers out there, or potential reformers. Prince Ali bin Al Hussein lost the election the other day. He at least has votes from 73 of the FIFA nations for him. So, there's some real value in that. Even Sunil Gulati, the U.S. soccer president, is someone who's been a part of the governance reform committee trying to push things through there and is seen as a future leader.
Grant Wahl, SI senior soccer writer, thank you for jumping on the phone with us to react to this breaking news. Sepp Blatter stepping down as president of FIFA. Grant, thanks so much.